I think they miss Josh Giddey because he used to get easy baskets for them, like creating. Like he would just create easy baskets for a lot of guys.
I mean,
So
look what he's doing. Look what he's doing now in Chicago. He's definitely he can put pressure on the rim. That's one of the things he can do. And he like you said, he can get a lot of guys easy shots. He kicks the ball. He gets the ball up ahead fast. Yeah, like you said, J-Dub and Chet, they can score. They can obviously put the ball in the basket and do their thing, but it's not. They do have to sometimes be set up, and they're not always, get it off the dribble guys, or they're not always just say, hey, go ahead and give me you run the offense or you take over for me this quarter. It feels like SGA, if he's not getting his consistent 30 points or whatever, like then they're struggling, and it shouldn't be that. They rely so heavily on their defense. Their defense is amazing. Like they're great, one of the greatest defensive teams in NBA history. But it's just like whenever you have to rely so much on that, you can't have an off night from your superstar to where everybody else can kind of pick up the slack. I also think that kind of falls on Case and Wallace a little bit. I think he should have been able to kind of step into a role where he's able to facilitate more. He is a guard. He's someone who should be able to set up easy thing. I like to see him become a little bit more than just a 3-and-D guy on that. Now that defense is amazing, but I still want to see a little bit more from him in that aspect. And I thought he had time to do that, especially when guys were out. I thought that was his time to work on that.
That's interesting you say that, because at Kentucky, Casey Wallace was the point guard, ball in his hands, dominant, and he was a good damn near 40, 50, 90, 80 guy. Like in terms of being efficient, setting people up and scoring. I like that you point that out, because I've been thinking about that, because it's just like, I don't think SGA is a point guard either. Like, I think that just gets so overblown when they just call these dudes that handle the ball point guards. SGA can pass, and he's a good playmaker, but who does he really make the game easier for? I think who else did we talk about? I think people were saying that about Kevin Durant. Like, yes, he can score, but is he necessarily like, oh, okay, J-Dub hasn't got a shot in a couple minutes. He has a better matchup than me. I need him to get in the flow of the game so he can take advantage of this matchup, so they can stop doubling me, send some help over there his way. He don't do that. SGA is gonna get buckets, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's just not really a facilitator. You said J-Dub has done better this year at just taking over quarters with SGA out, but in the big games, he hasn't really. Like when they get the big name teams, when they come in, he's not really doing that. So and then Chet, I ain't gonna start. Chet as a catch and shoot player, Chet as a catch and drive player is amazing. But he ain't hit nobody with no hezzy tweens. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not that. So yeah, maybe Casey Wallace. Even I like Aaron Wiggins, but all them Isaiah Joe, they all catch and shoot type of guys.
Exactly, like that. And Aaron Wiggins has the ability to do some of those things. Like he can definitely put the ball on the floor, but he just doesn't. And to me, it all seems very limited. That's my thought process. Casey Wallace, like you said, guard at Kentucky's a 10th overall pick. I just like to see a little bit more from him. Don't be limiting yourself just 3-and-D guy. You can help out on as far as the facilitating asset as well.
I like that you said that, because I do think he has a lot more to his game as well. I will say this: Josh Giddey is way better than Alex Caruso. There, I said it, way better, way better.
I think the trade. I think the trade worked out for both teams to an extent.
No, it didn't. He's redundant. Alex Caruso is one of the most redundant role players in the league right now. You got Lou Dort, you got Casey Wallace. What does Alex Caruso do that they don't? In terms of, like, I still think he's a good role player, but in terms of what you gave up a rebounder, a playmaker, a transition player. Like, man,
they wasn't saying that last season when they saying Giddy is ruining the space and Giddy's ruining the space and Giddy is limiting the offense and he's not playable in the playoffs, all that kind of stuff.
Giddy got the backlash of him being a nasty guy off the court and him being a cone. I ain't gonna say a cone defensively, but they didn't have a big outside of the shed. That was another thing Giddy got backlash for. They didn't have a big. They got hired Hartenstein this year. So I just Just imagine if you had Giddy, Hardenstein, Chet, Lou Dort, and SGA. That's a different team. Like, you know, and J-Dub, and, you know, well, yeah. Giddy would come off the bench and probably could close some games instead of like when they go small, Hardenstein out, you put Giddy in with those guys. But I'm just saying, Giddy versus Caruso is damn near being a wash at this point. Not a wash. Giddy is better. He's just better. They overreacted.
Caruso still brings a lot of great things to the team.
Man,
but
you got three niggas doing the same thing.
Get what you say. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I do get what you're saying. So
he ain't replaced what Giddy did. The Thunder miss Josh Giddy. Let's just keep it a bug.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.